What's up, everyone, and welcome to Ola and his shit. I just wanted to make this a little... I'm sorry. I just want to make a short little video talking about the impulse responses I've been making as of late. I've been doing impulse responses since like 10 years back, and it's really a great way of switching up your sound if you're using like a modeler or like a plugin to get your guitar tone. It's almost like magic. You can get my type of tone into your room, you know? That's what's so awesome about impulse responses. Now, so far, I've only made my impulse responses available to my members, my YouTube members, but now I'm gonna start selling them as well. So if you don't wanna become a YouTube member, you can now purchase the impulse responses from my website for a good price. You know, if I do a cabinet like this, I'm not gonna make a pack which has like 50 different positionings and whatnot. For this setup right here, for instance, that I'm gonna put on the website, it's gonna be 3 impulse responses. One of this microphone right there, one of that one, and then a mixed one. So you get basically a perfect impulse response. Sometimes with a lot of packs, it's like there's just too much to choose from. I just want to give the most awesome one immediately. So this rig right here is basically my favorite sounding setup that I have. At least this cabinet is, oh, I love this cabinet. It sounds so good. And I put up these microphones right here. I hooked it up to the Badlander because I like the Badlander, man. It's just so raw sounding, and I'm not using any boost or anything like that. I'm using this guitar straight into it, and I just really like the power amp section, you know, coupled with this Mesa oversized cabinet with the vintage 30 speakers. And I think one of my favorite impulse responses that I made was through this exact rig right here. So right now, I mic'd it up with a SM57 and a TLM 102, and I'm gonna make an impulse response from this, and you can get that from my web shop, olainglandshop.com. You go to AudioWorks, you find the impulses right there. And the future plan with this is that I will continue to release impulse responses for some of the videos that I do. For instance, if I do a Tone of the Artist video, where I have a very specific setup for a specific type of band. I have one of Arch Enemy coming up that where you can purchase the impulse response of that whole rig. And the point with this is that I will release something every now and then, once a month maybe, and you can buy it from my website. Or if you're a YouTube member, you'll get it for free. And I'll put one up, you know, each month or something like that. So this is the rig I'm doing today. Sounds pretty gnarly. And now I'm gonna make an impulse response out of this. So let's do it. All right, let's go. Alright, so now I'm going to try out the impulse responses. I'm using Neural DSP Plini right here. I've loaded the SM57 impulse response. Sounds like this. Sounds gnarly. Then we have the TLM microphone. Also gnarly as f***. And then I have a mixed IR, which is basically a mix between the two microphones into one impulse response. So there you go. Those are the impulse responses for this pack called The One. It is available now on my web store, olainglandshop.com, but it's also available for my YouTube members for 1 month, okay? And then I'll continue on doing more and more for every month. How about that? Holy shit. Capitalism right there, my friends. Thank you so much. See you. Goodbye.